For now, let's move on to other global stories. Russia has sent the United States its stance on Ukraine. This is in reply to Washington's own response to Russia's security demands last week. This is the latest development in the ongoing diplomatic campaign to reduce tensions and deter a potential Russian invasion of Ukraine. No information on the contents has been divulged so far, but it comes hours before the foreign secretaries of both sides are set to speak. US President Joe Biden on Monday said that the US is ready for any scenario given the ongoing buildup of Russian troops at the border.
I had a productive talk last week with President Zelensky, and we continue to engage in non-stop diplomacy and to de-escalate tensions and attempt like the devil to improve security for our allies and partners and for all of Europe, for that matter. And today in the United Nations, we've laid out the full nature of Russia's threat to Ukraine's sovereignty and the territorial integrity of Ukraine, as well as the core tenets of a rule-based international order. And we continue to urge diplomacy as the best way forward. But with Russia's continuing its buildup of its forces around Ukraine, we are ready no matter what happens.
Meanwhile, both the United States and Britain are prepared to punish Russian elites close to President Putin, including with asset freezes, travel bans. Britain urged Putin earlier to step back from the brink and warned that any incursion would trigger sanctions against companies and people close to the Kremlin. Listen in to what the White House spokesperson Jen Psaki enumerated on these sanctions. Listen in now.
I can confirm we have developed specific sanctions packages for both Russian elites and their family members if Russia further invades Ukraine. These efforts are being pursued in coordination with allies and partners. The individuals we've identified are in or near the inner circle of the Kremlin and play a role in government decision-making, or at a minimum, complicit in the Kremlin's destabilizing behavior. Many of these individuals are particularly vulnerable targets because of their deepened financial ties with the West, meaning they would be hurt by sanctions that are tying them to Western financial systems. I would also note that this is just one piece of our effort to hit Russia from all angles.
The White House also said that Russia continues to increase troops near the Ukrainian border. The British Foreign Secretary Liz Truss said that the government will be ready to impose wide-ranging sanctions against Russia to stop its aggression towards Ukraine by February 10th. This comes as Prime Minister Johnson is set to visit Kiev. London has supplied defensive weapons and training personnel to Ukraine, though ministers have said that the deployment of combat troops is unlikely. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.